Fight
What's
fans?
up, Fight fans?
Greetings from the Wrestleverse. I'm your host, Lexy.
And Billy here.
And it's time to take it to the ring. Alrighty, on this episode of WrestleCap, we'll be reviewing AEW Dynamite, and boy, do we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, this was a great episode, guys. And this was the third week in a row we got to see Jon Moxley kind of start it off. And he came out in usual fashion, just kind of breaking through the crowd, tearing down barriers. And I've said it, this will be the third week in a row. I love his new song. It kind of fits him so well.
It does. It fits him very well. And then we see Yuta and Orange Cassidy come out with freaking Danhausen.
Yeah. I know last week he kind of had the tease, but I didn't know he was going to be with the Best Friends.
I know, it was like kind of an epic surprise.
Yeah. Definitely some cool stuff. This was a great night. It was pretty much nonstop.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. We get right into it. Right after Yuta and Cassidy, we had the crowd just started chanting, "Let's go, Moxley!" And then they switched up on the other side. It's like, Hausen.
I know, it's so funny because the crowd is like so split sometimes. But yeah, so as much fun as it was seeing Hausen, let's just not get sidetracked on that.
Yeah.
Moxley came in whooping ass. I mean, he was playing no games.
Yeah, we got to see all of his best tricks. You know, raking eyes, scratching him up, and then a big DDT on the open apron. It's just some fun stuff. Old school Moxley.
Yes, it was epic. And then we get Hausen, who's like distracting Moxley.
Yeah.
And Yuta takes full advantage. And he nails a cutter on the floor. I was like,
yeah, and he ate it pretty hard. You kind of heard the thump. But, you know, Yuta, he was really fighting hard all the way through this. And he was able to reverse Moxley's paradigm shift, like his signature move.
Yeah.
But, you know, Moxley came through, man. We all knew what was going to happen. He just started landing these vicious elbows, got super pissed off, and then finally landed his unstoppable paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And it got the win. It was great.
He sure did. There's no stopping him. Seriously. And then who of all people did you expect to see this person? No.
Not come out to the ring and actually talk. That was freaking
Bryan Danielson. I'm like, wait, is he here to fight? Is he coming out to talk? Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, I was pumped up. I mean, Moxley was heated too, so yeah, I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But Danielson ended up offering him a partnership instead. And I was kind of surprised. He said, you know, no more lame cowboy full BS, no more dinosaurs. Let's do some real stuff.
Yeah.
And let's talk about getting Yuta and, you know, training him and then trying to steal Garcia from 2.0. He was saying some real stuff.
He was, and he's even saying, like, let's take Dante Martin and bring him under our wing. And he's like, even if they don't like me, they like what I'm saying. I was like, oh, someone's cocky over here.
I mean, Moxley, Danielson, you know, but Moxley was a little hesitant, you know, so Bryan played it really cool. He's like, all right, take some time, cool off, think about it, get back to me with your decision, which was a very smart move on his behalf. You know,
and then, rather than coming in like aggressive, I feel like he was like understanding, like, all right, I'll take your time.
He played it smart, playing it cool. Cool heads prevail. He just got out of that match. He was super pumped up. So let him think about it. But then, like right after this, it goes right into seeing Brandy Rhodes come out, and she got the city wrong. Can you believe that? I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so lame. So then Dan Lambert was right behind it, ready to talk some smack. And that was the first thing he said, was called her out on it. I loved it.
That's so funny. It's like, didn't you have to hop on a plane? Don't you remember the ticket that you bought to get there? Like, but Brandy comes back at Ethan and she's like, hey, I don't know why the hell you're laughing. We only brought you to get on to Josh Alexander. I was like, oh, snap.
Bad.
Girls got comeback. So everyone in the crowd is like chanting. They're like living for this drama.
Oh, they start chanting like, shut the up," like just chanting. And they were so loud she couldn't even talk, and she was getting flustered. And then she kind of tried to shut it down a little bit, but not really well. She's like, "Okay, are you guys done?"
Yeah.
And they just started booing, boo.
Like, I feel like her showing that she was mad just like made them even more like, all right, let's just like get under her skin. And it was kind of funny. Honestly.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. It worked.
And then craziness ensues with the entire ladies' locker room coming out.
Yeah, everybody started fighting. It was nuts. Even Dan Lambert was kind of like, "Well, I better get out of here before I get canceled." The guy's such a clown.
I know. And then we go
right into it.
Yeah, we get right into some awesome stuff.
Yeah. I was excited for this match. So we have Malachi Black come out with Brody King. They're going up against Penta, El Zero, and Pac. And Pac's like still blind, you know?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to
Oh, no problem. Live TV, gotta love it.
Yes. All right. I think we have a comment. Oh, Keith. Hey, Keith. He said MJF literally cheated with the Dynamite ring to beat Punk.
Yeah, this is true. You're getting ahead of us, but
yeah.
Let's just say this. Are we surprised? I mean, that's what MJF does. He's a cheater.
He plays so freaking dirty all the time. Like,
if he would just focus on training as much as he does trying to think of these little tricks and manipulating and tricking people, he'd probably be an excellent wrestler.
For him, it's like, I feel like it's all glitz and glam. It's like, how do I look the best? Who can I bring on to make me look the best? It's like, dude, focus on yourself, focus on your wrestling, get strong, and like then it'll like come about itself, you know?
You said it. I couldn't agree more. We can't
too much in the glitz and glam.
Surprised, but we digress. Let's get right into it. I mean, this match with Malachi and Pac was really good, you know, and he still had the blindfold on from the Black Mist, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, but you know, we're not surprised because, you know, he pretty much blinds everybody with this freaking Black Mist.
Yeah.
So we go right into it with a really big like shot to the nuts. I mean, that was painful. It looked so painful.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty rough. And that it's kind of a blurry picture. You really had to be paying attention. That was during a commercial break.
Yeah.
So I had to like kind of crop it out to even get that. So you really had to pay attention to it. It was some dirty stuff. I was like, you guys are doing it dirty. You got putting in commercial stuff on good stuff.
I know. I hate when they do that, and it's like this tiny screen. I'm like, I already am blind.
You really got to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I just kind of mute it and just watch.
Yeah, but I love the pace. This match was really fast. We had 2 sling blades, then a DDT, and a one-man wrecking. It was epic.
Yeah, and then you know Pac and Malachi, they ended up facing off. This was a great matchup. Even though he was much bigger, Pac was just super tough.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That takes like a lot of capability to do that. And then we get like you said, brain buster to Malachi, and Penta is like flying around at this point. I mean, look.
He's everywhere. Yeah, that was great. He did like this crazy roll up and then leaped at him. It was great. He was making light work of the Malachi Black and King, man. It was the House of Black was getting worked.
Yeah.
Like they weren't ready for AAA style. But you know, now the ref kind of missed the Black Mist to Penta off to the side, and that pretty much finished up the match. They hit that big Dante Inferno, and Black and King, you know, they beat Pac and Penta. It's kind of sneaky, but they should have been ready for it.
They should have. I think that this match overall was like, it was pretty good. There was a lot of like, there was just a lot of intensity going on, but I think like the build up to it and like the Black Mist, and it was just, I think it went pretty well.
I like that Pac was kind of the whole playing blind was a ruse. He just kind of gotcha.
Like, I know. Wait, I gotta get that picture. He's like, this was a joke.
Yeah, look at gotcha. Man, that is one funny looking guy. But don't tell him I said that. He'll beat the crap out of me.
Oh, we got another one from Keith. Keith says the storyline with Pac and the blindfold reminds me of Jake Roberts in WWE leading to his match with Rick Martel at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a throwback. But I mean, they had me. I really thought he was blind. Yeah, I really did. He got me. He fooled me.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the time I believe them that they're blind because I'm like, okay, what the hell is in that mist?
Either way, I mean, we're in a pandemic. People stop spitting in people's face. You nasty. Anyway.
Gross. Moving on to Adam Cole, and he is just shit talking, saying that, Orange didn't beat him and that he's going to fight Evil Uno and prove just how good he is and blah, blah, blah. And he's boasting about himself. And I'm like, all right, we'll see about that one, buddy.
He's stewing. His butt's hurting for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll get right into the next fight card, which was a big one that we got to see Nyla Rose and Ruby Soho face off. And I think this is the second, maybe the third, don't quote me on this, the time they kind of met up. And Ruby Soho didn't waste any time. She came in ready to kind of hold her own and whipped her jacket right into Rose's face. And she kind of needed to. She's much bigger. You got to play moves like that.
Yeah, she plays dirty, but we had Vicky ringside. She's like screaming and like she's so she's a lot.
Yeah.
And
excuse me. God,
like interfering, and it's like, girl, keep it on the side. Like, yell at her after. Seriously.
Yeah.
And now we get Rose, who's like hungry. Apparently, she's like, suddenly I just remembered I didn't eat dinner. I'm going to munch on some fingers.
Come on, Vicky. Feed your apprentice or your pupil, whatever she is, your partner. Yes. Don't let her eat fingers. And it was funny, like she had her back to the ref too, so the ref had no idea. And she was just
ref is totally back there, like no idea. And she's full cannibal style, like I am just hungry.
Aubrey, get it together. It was she was screaming. It was good stuff. Now this was a pretty even matchup though. But Ruby was kind of getting choked out on the ropes too. She was like really mashing her down and choking her out. She came up and her face was real flush. You could tell she held on as long as she could. Aubrey probably should have called it a little bit sooner, but that was ugh.
Yeah,
and then it's like Rose ended up dropping her on the apron right after that. Yeah, and I mean, look at that. She picked her up. I was shocked. And then she really couldn't slam her. She just kind of got out of the way and let her fall.
It was like a plop. I was like, okay. And then thud. Rose is like coming right back with the spine buster onto the floor. But Ruby's like, and she just nails it. And like, that's how she beat Rose last time.
Yeah, but that was kind of her finisher.
Vicky freaking gets involved. Mm-hmm. And she's like, this is not happening, and stops the freaking pin. Isn't that like, shouldn't the ref have been like, that's not?
Well, she like lifted up her foot and tried to put it on the rope, but it wasn't even on the rope. It was so lame. And then Ruby got pissed. So she jumped out of the ring, went right after Vicky, got a big handful of hair, and was like, you dirty. Like, I'm sure it was bleeped out. We couldn't hear what she was saying, but I'm sure it was bad. But Rose was right behind her. And that was just, she hit her with a big front flip splash. And then the beast bomb right after that. 1, 2, 3, man, that was it. She got the cover. The beast bomb sets in. It's hard to recover from that. She's strong.
Yeah, she sure is. I mean, I think Vicky should be like, she reminds me of a Karen. Like
Queen Karen.
Yeah. She so reminds me of a Karen. Like she has the Karen haircut. Like, I don't know. She just
excuse me. Like, where's the manager?
Yeah, can I speak to your manager, please?
Yeah, she's always yelling at Tony.
She seriously is. All right, and then we get Gun Club, who's cornering Jungle Boy backstage, and they're totally making fun of him singing the Jungle Book song, and then they jump in.
They're like dancing. They're a bunch of clowns, and then just like they end up jumping him in the snow. It's messed up. And then right after that, we got to see, Adam Page come out to talk some, cowboy shit or whatever he says. I don't know, shit talk, whatever it is. The whole little segment's pretty lame, but it's just a big promo.
Yeah, that's basically all it is. He's just announcing that he's got a Texas death match on the way for the AEW champion against dun 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 Lance Archer. I mean,
kind of saw it coming, but that's fun.
Yeah. He calls him out and he's like, not tonight, but next week. And then Lambert comes out instead, but Lance is like right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty epic. I mean, a fight broke out between like them, and it was
a big fight. And then Paige ended up eating the big steel stairs. He like had him in a choke slam and just slammed him down, scooped him up, walked him up onto the other side of the ring, and hit him with the big blackout on the table and just rocked him. Oof. And yeah, there it is. He just flying over and running and threw him onto the table. Table's destroyed. Yeah. And Archer's looking mean, and Paige just looks beat down and worn out, man. Those two hits really shook him. Hopefully he can get it together by next week.
Yeah, I mean, and just their like mini fight that was like what, like a minute long was epic. And so I am just so excited to see what's going on next week, because I'm just assuming we're gonna see way more of that.
Yeah.
Hold on, we got another comment.
Wow, you guys are busy. I love it, fight fans. Keep it coming.
He said, was that Jake Roberts I'd seen with Lambert after Archer attacked Paige?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's he's another old school guy too. His voice was really raspy. You could tell he was a smoker.
So
it was cool seeing that. See, and that's what I love about AEW. They do throw out a lot of homage to just not only all genres of wrestling, but even the history. Like, they appreciate all these people that have been putting years and years in, and respect them regardless of the company that they're working for at the time.
Yeah, which is important, because like you got to remember your roots, you know.
Yeah, and Tony's definitely a true fan. Thank you for saving wrestling, man.
Yeah. And then I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Jericho.
Oh, Jericho.
Yeah. Jericho, he's talking about like what happened last week with his teammates, and he's calling them out, and he's like calling for a full inner circle meeting next week.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did him dirty in that 3-way tag team, the 6-man tag team, not letting them come in, and they still ended up was Santana and Ortiz. Yeah, they won because of him, his help. And so it needs to be done. Like, management needs to come together and talk to employees and get this straightened out.
Yeah. So I want to be like a fly on the wall during the meeting. Like,
oh no, they're going to be in the ring. We all get to see it. It's a big, all inner circle, mandatory meeting. Everybody's getting called out. He's nipping this in the butt. So It's not his first time. He's been around. He knows how to handle this, especially when the egos start getting big, you know.
And then we get the main event.
The main event. Yes, this was great. Gosh, this beef has been leading up for what, months? I mean, MJF, CM Punk, they finally face off, and they took no time, or wasted no time, just beating the crap out of each other, you know. And then just it was crazy, you know, especially seeing CM Punk come back after getting beat up last week, steel stare, power bombs from Wardlow, and he comes in and just gave it. This fight was amazing. I'm kind of speechless. It was insane, guys. This is a must watch. Check this one out.
It's a must watch. And honestly, like, I wanted to say it went on longer than it should have, but like, I think the duration of it is what, like, the buildup of it all, like, made it more intense, because you were like, when is it ending? Like, what's gonna happen?
They weren't giving up.
These guys, like, nobody gave up. It was crazy. And then we have like MJF and some fancy little like panties tonight, and they're like pinstriped and like I don't know, very different from him. You know, I'm used to seeing him in his like Burberry scarf and his big old jacket, and you know.
they were fancy. You think they were silk? Like, he got their Gucci custom made.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I was like, the guy's a clown. But I mean, this match went outside of the ring pretty quick, and they were fighting up and down the stairs and the crowd, and then CM Punk ended up just like picking him up, slamming him down on the railing, and just he racked himself. Like, there it is. Like, he's
yeah. He
deserved it though.
That looks so painful. And we get MJF, whose chest is just like welted up and it's like red, and it looks like hives almost.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really, it's like ruby red.
yeah, like bloodshot red. And then MJF is like stomps on CM Punk's hand on the freaking table. Like,
Yeah,
ouch.
it was
Ouch.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of, I mean, these guys were beating the crap out of each other, you know, and then CM Punk ends up getting back into the ring, and he kind of lays out MJF with like this just I think it was like 3 in a row, big hooks and slams. And then he just kind of
Yes.
goes over and lays out on the ropes.
Look
you
at
know,
him.
taking a break. Like, I got this. I'm gonna take a little breather.
Yes. And man, he then like we end up seeing like CM Punk letting a fan slap MJF.
Yeah, that was
I was like,
great. It
look at
was good
that.
stuff. Like oh, that's the foot stomp.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sorry, that's the
stomping his
stopper.
foot.
This is
There it
the
is.
fan.
Look at that. Yeah. He like pulled him back, and the fan was a bit hesitant. MJF was just staring him down like, I will find you, you mother. And he didn't care. Gave him a big slap on his already welted chest. I loved it. I wish it was me. I loved it.
That would be so epic. Like, imagine he went home that day. I'm sure that guy, whoever he was like, oh my God, I can't wash my hand. Oh God, we got another comment. Keith, you are just coming in hot with these comments.
Love it.
He said, Punk literally deserved better than this loss. He was so impressive in his undefeated streak, and then this happened.
Well, I mean, you said it earlier, man. It was a dirty match.
It was dirty.
These guys really gave it their all. I mean, MJF had to cheat to win this, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way he could have done this without cheating. Seriously.
It's a very questionable win. But,
very
spoilers.
Yeah, so then we get a great suplex, and the two of them are just going back and forth and back and forth. And CM Punk is really like the one keeping the pace up here between the two of them, I feel like. And MJF ends up pulling the ref in front of him as a freaking shield.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, he's done that before, but it was a kind of clever move. So when the ref, his back was there, he pulled like some rope or like some tape or something out of his panties. You know, he was packing it. So he pulls it out and then sneaks up behind him and then goes to like choke him out. And he gets CM Punk all the way behind and he fades pretty quick. Like, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
See, look at that.
Look at that tape.
And the ref didn't see this at all. He was really sneaky, kind of hit it with his arm and then was choking him out at the same time. And he faded. Like, you could see his face turning red, and he tried, but.
Oh, yeah. And then we see MJF, who locks in a rear, like, choke hold, and the ref calls it. Like, this guy.
He's asleep.
He just plays dirty. And, like, like, look at that.
Yeah, the rear naked chokehold, just stretching him out, and he went to sleep. The ref saw him. He picked up his arm like 3 times, and it was limp. He called it, which she needed to. You know, it was a good call. But,
it definitely, it was a good call. But then, like, in the last second, like, the rope tape or whatever it was, he's like, I don't even know, but he like takes the rope tape, and I was just, there was so much.
He had it stuffed up in his armpit, and the ref lifted his arm, and it fell out, and they're both like, "Oh shit!" Like, yeah, you got caught, man. So he kind of walks out.
Stuck that in there.
Yeah, he was just trying to be sneaky, like real quick, you know, hide it. He had to. He should have stuffed it back into his panties. But, you know, the ref, he kind of goes back and he's like, oh, is that, did he have that the whole time?
Yeah.
He kind of confers. And he's like, nah, continue the match, man. They keep on going. CM, he kind of gets his senses back, gets MJF in the corner and hits him like 20 times, just beating the crap out of him until he can't even breathe. It was just great. I loved it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, after like the first 10 hits, I was like, okay, is his base going to be okay? Not that I like really care, but I'm like, oh my God, this is going to get really aggressive.
This was a mean match. These guys really beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Oh, we got another one from Keith. He said Danhausen and Orange Cassidy would be something. A great comedy wrestler against another great comedy wrestler.
Right now, they're on the same team. We haven't even seen Danhausen wrestle yet. I'm excited for it. It's a treat just to see him come out and know he's a part of AEW now. That's I'm happy with that for now.
I am too. So let's finish up because we're almost done with recapping the match. This epic match.
What CM did like that big flying like off the ropes, and hurt his knee. He seemed kind of land really weird.
Yeah, the landing, it seemed like he landed like it definitely hurt his arm the way that he landed. Yeah. And like his knee, without having any like cushion or anything, that is painful.
Yeah. So now he's got like a hurt shoulder, he's got a hurt knee. The poor guy's all beat up.
Yeah.
And then CM tries to lock in the ATF, but he can't hold it. He's just too worn out and gets shoved across the ring by MJF, and his knee gave out.
Yeah, so he has to end up letting go. And yeah, it was quite crazy. And then I was like, whoa, we see CM Punk reverse this Hurricane
Rana. Yeah, you're close. Yeah.
When I heard the commentator say that, I was like, how do you spell that?
Phonetically.
But CM like didn't like clear it. Like he caught a little bit of it, but like that was so impressive.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of a match. Like that takes a lot of power, number one. And number two, they have already been going at this for what, like 20,
at least 20, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So I'm assuming they're already tired. And so to be able to pull out that move after there's been high intensity, like there was not one point in this match where it was like low, boring, cool. Like even like we said in the freaking commercials, they were going at it at each other.
Yeah. I mean, they did not slow down. The pace was insanely fast through this entire match. Well, the whole episode, really. I mean, this was a great episode. But CM, to be able to do something, that's not really something he's known for. He's not a lucha guy. He's a kind of more of a street fighter. So for him to pull something out when he has almost nothing left in the tank, just amazing. So impressive. Yeah. And then during the commercial break, you see like MJF just like working the knee. So he pulled CM into the post and kind of had him split and then grabbed his leg and then just swung it into the post. Some really bad stuff. Yeah. And then right after this, CM Punk sets up for the Pepsi Plunge. This is an old school move. We haven't seen anything like this in like 17 years. And again, to see him pull that out of the back of his book at the very end of the match, it just shows how impressive he is in his repertoire as a wrestler and a fighter and the heart he has.
Yeah, it really does. It shows a lot of like effort, number one, and number two, endurance. Like you have to have really strong endurance to even like keep up with that. I mean, right after, like CM comes in with a huge elbow drop and bam. I'm like, bam. I'm like, oh my God, but it was a 2 count. And then freaking Wardlow comes out, but he's conflicted.
Mm-hmm. He was kind of hesitant, he's going back and forth. He's like, so then CM and Wardlow, they face off and they're kind of giving each other dirty looks. And surprisingly, Wardlow kind of backs off. And I'm glad, it's like, oh, maybe is this the shift he's standing up to MJF? But then, MJF, while he's kind of looking at Wardlow, sneaks up behind him and clocks him with the ring. Like, how much did he stuff in his panties? Like, he's got rope and tape and rings and all that stuff. And he knocks CM out. He's down.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean, he must have a lot of room in there. I don't know how we didn't see that. Like at all, like that has to be something like that's like bulky. Like even if you like pack, like I remember when I was little, I would like put candy in my shirt at the movie theaters, but it was so noticeable. Like you could totally see that packed in my stomach. So it's like, how did we not see that?
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking the same thing. It's like, holy crap, where's this guy getting all this stuff?
Yeah,
so sad loss.
It is a sad loss. I mean, it's CM Punk's first loss in AEW. I mean, wow.
Well, see, look right there. So I didn't even catch this, and I rewound this about 3 or 4 times, and you can only catch it on this little right here, the top left picture. So when
Yes.
nobody was looking, Wardlow really sneaky gave MJF that ring, and he stuffed it down in there. So he wasn't
Uh,
wrestling the whole time with it, like I was thinking, right? And that it was this little blurb that they barely talked about, and you didn't even see it. Like I rewound and tried to find it, and
yeah.
it was just that little blurb. So
That's
I was
crazy.
shocked. I was like, man, I was kind of happy to see Wardlow kind of turn his back, but he's still with MJF, man. He gave him that ring and gave him that win.
Oh my goodness, we missed 3 comments. So sorry, guys.
Yeah, let's hit him.
So Royal Boy 28 says, "What if Max turns heel and teams up with Danielson? But plot twist, CM Punk turns heel and becomes third guy, a modern NWO style, but without the bad parts."
Yeah, I don't know. CM is AEW's police. You know, Jericho's the daddy, CM's the police. I don't see that changing for a while. It'd be a
No,
cool plot twist for sure.
it
Definitely
would be an
entertaining.
epic
Yeah.
plot twist. But I mean, listen, when it comes to wrestling, I have learned this: anything is possible, and expect the unexpected. So I mean, keep on manifesting, keep on dreaming, and that might happen. You never know. And then we have another one saying the Pepsi Plunge spot was awesome. Man, that was awesome.
I was shocked and elated and like it was, again, I'm still surprised. You know, it was great and impressive to see him pull that out after 17 years. That's insane.
That is
Loved
crazy.
it.
And then we have another comment. It says, "What if Mox turns heel?" And wait, is this the same? Oh, it's just the same comment from before. Somebody
Okay.
re-commented it under. But yeah, like we said, expect the unexpected. You never know.
Yeah. Big CM is loving the fan love. You know, he's sucking it in. He's
loves the
loving it.
attention.
Not only that, he's kind of got to recover after how he left us as wrestling fans, you know, and kind of left us hanging. But he's coming back. He's making up for it. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big CM Punk fan. So I love seeing him. It was really sad to see him lose like this, and especially his undefeated streak. I think he was 23-0 or 24-0, something like that. Don't quote me on it. But it was really sad to see him go like that. But you can't say he didn't have heart and wasn't fight. I mean, he really put it to MJF, and MJF kind of held his own. He took the butt whooping and gave one right back. So it was a great match for sure.
He definitely put up a fight. Like effort was there, the intensity was there, everything that needed to be there was there. So I honestly was purely shocked when MJF won, and I was like,
I didn't see the ring coming. Again, it's like when I saw that, I was just absolutely shocked.
Well, it's
Where did he
sneaky.
pull that
It's just
out
so
of, you know?
sneaky.
Wardlow, man, so disappointing. I love Wardlow. He's an animal, but
yeah.
Get some new representation, man.
Yeah. Alrighty, here on Take It to the Ring, as you guys know, we like to give each fight card a rating. So we've got 5, which is Fight Forever.
Yeah.
4,
then we got 4. This is awesome. You got
3 is You Still Got It.
Yeah, and then 2, what?
And 1 is boring. Watch us. You'll have way more fun in this. Alrighty. But I think I want to give it a 4.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. This is a really, really good episode. It was nonstop. They really focused on the match. And the CM Punk match and MJF match was fantastic. It's been building up, and they definitely didn't let us down. They came out ready to beat the hell out of each other, and it showed. Like, this beef came through.
Yeah, especially with like going back to the whole like Ruby Soho match. That was pretty epic. I mean, the difference between the two of them, like their capabilities are clearly very different, and not in a bad way. They just both have different strengths. And I think Ruby like really came out and showed like that is one strong ass girl. Like she held
really
her own. Strong. She held
her own. And that, like I said, that's the second or third match, and she's beat her before. And on this one, I think Rose is just getting a little bit more experience because she's a pretty new wrestler.
Yeah.
But Ruby just, she couldn't hang in there. And that was a really good match too.
It
And then
was.
seeing Pac, I love seeing Pac. Like he's always a cool wrestler to see. And then the House of Black, like I love the kind of the whole thing that they have going on, and their kind of the dark religion and how that helps them fight. It's
a cool storyline. And I thought it might be cool if we ask the viewers what they would give this rating.
Good idea. I like that.
Would rate this. So
chime
if you
in, guys, let us know what you think.
Yeah, want to let us know, what would you guys rate this fight card, between a 5 all the way down to a 1? We gave it a 4. You don't have to agree with us, but
4 is this is awesome. I think this was an awesome episode.
Yeah.
AEW does not let us down, man. They really keep it nonstop. And I said it earlier in the episode, not only were the matches fast paced, but the whole episode was fast paced. And it really just kind of kept you there the whole time, and was a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it. And we actually spoke about CM Punk this morning on Kick-Ass and Coffee, for anybody who tuned into that. Basically, he was saying that he was trolling people on Twitter. He was trolling people on Twitter because there was so much speculation about him and a few other people from AEW being at the Royal Rumble. And so he was like, guys, if you want to see me, then freaking watch AEW. Don't expect me to be at the Royal Rumble. And I was like, oh.
Right. Hey, I'm with him. Good for him.
Yeah, he stuck up for himself. So I mean, I get, he was like, listen, I get that the fans are excited and they want to see, they want to see us. And there's a lot of people who return that were unexpected. But he was like, listen, just not my thing. So he even teased them with a little picture of him at the airport.
What a troll.
Yeah.
Well, fight fans need to realize that there is a lot more out there than just WWE. And don't get me wrong, I like WWE. I watch it as well. But there's a lot more out there. And us as fans, we have to give it a chance to really let these wrestlers shine and give them a chance. Watch it. Just because it doesn't have big fireworks and loud music doesn't mean it's not good wrestling. And there's a lot out there. So, I mean, that's why we started this, to really get it out there and show people there's a lot of really good guys out there. So, just give it a shot, guys. You don't have to watch just WWE. There's a ton of stuff out there. And even if you don't watch it, watch us. We'll talk about it. We'll keep you in the loop, let you know, hey, watch this match at this time. I recommend to anybody out there that's a wrestling fan, watch that CM Punk and MJF match. It was fantastic. It had plot twists and all kinds of cool stuff, great moves, and just beating the hell out of each other. It was great. Loved it.
Yes, it's definitely worth your time. If you've got it and you want to just watch a little bit after this recap, it's definitely an awesome one. Oh, we got one last comment right before we head out. So he said, what is your views on Kendrick's comments? Brian Kendrick, because if I'm not mistaken, we talked about him this morning on Fight Kitties, and I believe he had it was something to do with oh my god, I really hope I'm not wrong on this, but he was supposed to be in a match and then ended up he's no longer in the match because there was things that got found out about him saying things that were he was making fun of the Holocaust, and he was making fun of the Sandy Hook shooting.
Oh wow, no, I did not hear about this. If
yes,
that's the case, that's completely unacceptable. So get him out of there, man.
Yeah, so he was actually supposed to go up against Moxley, but then they ended up finding all this stuff about him making fun of the Holocaust and this stuff. And for me, it's my view on it is completely right that they took him out and Wheeler Yuta is now in his place. But it's extremely disrespectful to say that something like that is not true, because someone like me, I grew up in Connecticut, 2 towns over from Sandy Hook, and I lived through that, and that shit was real. It was not fake. and people lost their lives. So to joke about something like that, like, listen, I get the whole like conspiracy theory and joking, but I think when it comes to serious topics like Holocaust and like school shootings like that, you just keep your opinions to yourself about
it's taboo.
That.
You don't need to be putting that out there for it. Nobody really cares.
Yeah, seriously.
You know? If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. So
seriously.
If that's the case, I mean, I think it was a smart move. And hopefully he learns his lesson. I don't think it's anything to be banished and, you know, shame him forever and, you know, completely be gone. But he needs to learn a lesson. And hopefully he did learn a lesson, realize that those actions are not acceptable. And he learns from it and comes back.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes back with an apology that seems, you know, sincere, I think people will genuinely accept that.
Yeah, sincere, you know, learn from it. You know, second chances are important.
Yeah. So we have one last comment. They said, do you guys have a favorite wrestler outside of WWE and AEW?
Oh, gosh. I mean, so to be honest, FTR and Dax Wheeler, I know they're in AEW, but I've watched them in AAA, watched them in New Japan. They're right now, they're my favorite tag team and kind of my favorite wrestlers. And I know they're technically in AEW as well, so that's kind of a cop-out answer. But yeah, they're really good. I like them, and I like that they can wrestle all styles: hard style, lucha, old school, you know, collegiate wrestling, Olympic wrestling. They're good, and I like it.
Yeah, I'd have to say one of my favorites is oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. She's, oh my god, me and Jackie talk about her all the time. Oh my gosh, she has like a YouTube. I watch her vlogs. She's
you're not thinking Cargill? I know you talk about her. She's AEW.
Oh my god, what's her name? She has like a kind of a Spanish accent a little bit. She has short hair.
What league does she wrestle?
I think AEW. No.
Oh, it says outside of AEW.
Oh, outside of AEW.
You're probably thinking.
Okay, well, I'm a little biased. I'm gonna have to say, I don't know if this counts, but Bad Bunny, because technically he's not really a wrestler with anyone. He's not technically signed with anyone, but I loved him as a singer. Like, I am full diehard Bad Bunny fan. And I think that just showing the fact that he went from singing to being able to train, and he did pretty well. And then Rey Mysterio freaking gave him his mask. Like, that was so cool.
That is pretty cool. So
yeah.
I think you were thinking Thunder Rosa. You like
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Yes, that's her name.
You're a big fan.
Oh my god.
She's good. I don't blame you. I'm a fan too. She's really good.
She is my favorite. She does these vlogs and she talks like with like her all of her like colleagues basically, and they like go out and they eat tacos or they go out to restaurants and they're like funny little vlogs. So I love her. I love Thunder Rosa.
I had a feeling that's who you're talking about.
Yes. Oh my god, thank you. I was like, I can't remember her name.
It's on the spot.
Yeah, there's a lot to remember, and I've only been doing this for like 2 months, so I'm still trying to catch up.
I love it. New fan. You're already a huge fan.
Yeah,
doing fantastic.
Alrighty,
I'm only
guys.
just getting back in too, so.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We had so much fun on today's episode. You guys are awesome. If you like what you see here, just take a moment to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And of course, for some more WrestleCat videos, you can click
that link right
down
there.
Below.
Make sure you check out our sweet merch. You know, it's still chilly. We got sweaters on there, and coffee mugs, all kinds of cool stuff. Ladies, some sweet swag for you as well.
And even some onesies. I saw some baby onesies on there.
I might have to get a onesie. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I'll do the next video in a onesie. How about that? We hit 20,000 subscribers. I'll do a show in a onesie.
Oh my god.
You heard it here first, fight fans.
All right. If you guys want to see Billy in a baby onesie, then definitely get us to 20K and he's going to show up with it. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm Lexi.
Billy here.
Bye,
Don't
guys.
stop believing.